it's CTFxC here, and today is Sunday, the last day and the saddest day of every con ever, but today it's Denver Comic Con, and this is actually one of my first years actually contributing to Sunday Sad Day by not wearing cosplay. Because part of what makes it sad is that no one's in cosplay, everyone's staying in hotels and has already packed it up, and since we're staying in a hotel this year, we had to pack up all our cosplays, and we can't wear them today unless I wanted to wear one cosplay literally all day until we got home, which I didn't really want to do, so I am wearing non-cosplay clothes, although I do like this outfit a lot. It's very sad to contribute to that. But some good things about Sunday is there's not as many people here. There's a lot of people here on Friday and Saturday, but not as many on Sunday. So that you can sort of look around and wander around the expo hall and buy things if you want. As well as on Sunday, everyone's putting their stuff on sale so that they don't have to take everything they brought with them home. Well, not like everything, they don't have to take a lot of their stuff home with them. So everything's on sale, so it's a really good day to get in the expo hall and buy stuff and get stuff done, even if it is kind of depressing. Okay, so I'm here with Jeremy Whitley, the creator of Princeless, one of my favorite comics, and actually the comic that got me started reading comic books. So first of all, thank you so much for taking a couple minutes to sit down with me.
I'm more than happy to. Thank you for interviewing me.
So I'm sure you've answered this a ton, but where did the idea for Princeless come from?
I think Princeless started out because I was looking for a comic that didn't seem to exist. I wanted to read and share comics with my daughter, and at the time that I started writing Princeless 6 years ago, there were very few books with female leads at all, even fewer that I could actually read with her that were appropriate for a younger kid, and almost none that I could find that had a female lead of color in them. So we started kind of building the book that I wanted to read, and it turned out a lot of other people were looking for the same kind of thing. So I think that's it's kind of built out from there.
Okay, so we just finished our interview with Jeremy Whitley, who is the creator of Princeless, and he was really cool, and we got a really good interview out of it. So I'm very excited for that to go up on That's a Great Question. Thank you so much to Jeremy Whitley for letting me interview you. I definitely had a really great time, and I think we've got a really good interview out of it. One of our favorite things at any con is getting commissions done from some of the local artists, and we just signed up for our annual Stan Ian zombie caricature, and if you haven't heard of him, then you probably haven't been to a Denver con because he's at all of them. But he draws you and your siblings, pets, etc. as a zombie or a pony from My Little Pony. We get zombies every year because he did zombies before he did ponies, and I just love zombies a lot, so we did zombies. We actually did get a zombie pony once, which was very cool, but we get a lot of zombie characters from him. Today is going to be Cooper's first zombie caricature, which I'm really excited about because I have like 7 years worth. You can see me growing up in zombie form, which is really cool. And this will be Cooper's very first, so we can now watch him grow up in zombie form. And even when we move out to LA, Stan Yan is actually going to be at some local cons in Los Angeles, because like we have this joke that he's just like some sort of entity that is everywhere at once. He's even been at our local library. He's been everywhere, ever, and we're still going to get zombie commissions from him at our local cons in Los Angeles, like across the country. But it's still really cool to get these caricatures, and if you haven't gotten one already, I'd highly recommend coming to basically any Denver con ever. He's probably going to be there and have a booth where he's making zombie and My Little Pony portraits, and you should definitely get one of your own. with who are you cosplaying and why did you pick them?
I am cosplaying Squirrel Girl, and I am actually cosplaying her because my friend got me into the comics last year, and I found out her artist is going to be here in Row R, so I really wanted to meet her in costume and get her autograph.
Yeah, I interviewed her actually. She's really, really nice.
She is incredible. I was a little starstruck, so I felt like I was crazy awkward in front of her too, but you know, it is what it is.
Did you make the cosplay yourself?
I did, mostly. I bought the leggings and I modified a jacket, but the rest of it I had sewn myself, and I bought this squirrel, if that. Yeah, but mostly, yeah.
What was the hardest part to make?
The tail, because finding a way to connect it to the back of the jacket was kind of tricky. I ended up making it into a little backpack that laces through the jacket, so yeah, I think it worked out pretty well.
So how long have you been cosplaying?
I want to say about 7 years now. So yeah, expensive hobby.
So how are you enjoying the con so far?
I like it a lot. I really wish they kept that front lobby open with the white tiles because there was more oxygen there. But aside from that, it's been pretty organized and I like it.
So how does this Comic-Con compare to other Comic-Cons you've been to before?
I think it's more sociable. I went to one in Belgium once, and it seemed more like a vendor convention rather than like a friendly gathering of people. So I think it does a good job of connecting a community rather than just selling things.
Thank you so much for taking a couple minutes to be interviewed.
Yeah, thank you.
So as we said, Sunday is one of the best days for shopping, and now that we've gotten our interview and our commission out of the way, we can wander around and be free to buy lots of stuff. So we're going to go around and take a look and see what is at the con. Today's expo hall vendor is this really, really cool booth called Dragon Forged, and they make these absolutely amazing looking dice. So they have these really, really cool polyhedral dice, as well as they have these really cool looking just simple six-sided die. And they are actually like mathematically calculated, so they have a perfect center of gravity and are said to be the most random dice, which is super cool. And I love dice. I think they're very pretty and I love them a lot. And these are just like, first of all, they're gorgeous dice and they're shiny, which is very good. And they're lightweight, but they're like slightly heavier than a normal dice, which is actually really nice. It has a really good weight for me. As well as apparently they're very random, which is really good, so that you can't really, there's not a number dice tend to stick to. Because my dice that I have at home tend to stick to like constantly rolling 8. I get it all the time. So it's really cool to have perfectly random dice, and maybe I will roll something other than 8 with these dice. But they're really, really cool and really interesting. They'll be linked in the doobly-doo to where you can check them out and check out their Kickstarter and maybe get a set of your own.
I'm Jim with Gravity Dice. I'm the designer behind the project. All of our dice, I design them so they have a perfect center of gravity and they are completely random. And we achieve that by I machine all of the dice to be within the thickness of a human hair between each other. And then all of the sides I drill to a different depth so they have a perfect center of gravity. And then the really cool thing is after 2.5 years of development, I've managed to get the right coating so that they won't dent, ding, or scratch on you during gameplay. And you're left with these beautiful, gorgeous dice that'll last for years and years.
So where can people find you?
They can find us on gravitydice.com, and we'll be live on Amazon shortly as well. And we also have our Kickstarters every so often. So we're doing our new Dragon Forge Kickstarter right now, where you can get a light-up dragon case and a 7 set.
As well as a couple extra really cool things they have that I forgot to mention in my first recording of this, is they have this really cool magnetic case where you can, obviously the magnetic dice get a really cool magnetic case, which stays together really well. They won't fall out or anything, as well as it just looks really cool and sounds amazing. As well as they have a 100-sided die, which is really, really cool and definitely very useful. So this is really awesome.
Roll the hundreds.
Okay.
Don't let it roll away. That one will roll. It's almost round.
Almost. 97. That's crazy.
Okay, so this is me. I got to get this time somebody I really wanted to meet that I got to meet that I'm super excited about. We met Scott Sigler, who's one of my favorite writers. When this is years ago, he was doing, as he was writing his books, he was podcasting them one chapter at a time. So you were basically getting the audiobook but you had to wait like once a month or once a week or whatever until he would post the next chapter to listen to him read the next chapter as he was writing it, and it was fantastic. Like it was a really, this like episodic way to experience a book was really cool. It's like a TV show, kind of waiting for the next chapter to come out, and you end on a cliffhanger, and you don't know what's going to happen. And
I can't just read the next chapter.
Yeah, like you don't know if your favorite character's arc is going to be resolved in the next chapter, or if he's going to jump somewhere else or something. Like it was a really fascinating way to tell a story. And so, I mean, he's been doing a ton of stuff since then. And this is his newest, Alive.
My face.
So apparently, the main character in this book wakes up thinking it's her 12th birthday.
And I'm turning 12 in 10 days.
And I think like his statement that she thinks it's her 12th birthday makes me think it's probably not. But Presley's 12th birthday, yeah, it's like in less than 2 weeks. And so Presley's going to start reading it on her 12th birthday. I'll read it. This will be one of the books we both read, and then we will do a review together on.
We have 2 copies. So
he even gave us 2 copies, so we could do it. So if you guys want to read it, it's not officially book club, which we haven't done in forever. We need to do again.
Yeah, because you haven't read the book.
I know. This is Scott Sigler Alive. Definitely check it out. We haven't read it yet, but I'm sure it's awesome because I love all of this stuff.
This is not Scott Sigler being alive. This is his book titled Alive.
That's right. And I bet he does an awesome audiobook of it. I don't know if it's out there for him to read. I used to love to listen to him do this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're both going to read this, and then we'll do a review soon.
We should talk about this one too.
Okay,
This is
go ahead.
really interesting. So the next person in, they have like this, something just fell in it. This line where you go through and you get 2 books. So I got this one which is called Year Zero, which according to the author is about aliens that are addicted to pop music.
Yep. And they pirate it.
Yeah.
And so, Napster. Wait, I was like, oh, there it is. Napster logo. So yeah, that's really, so instead of a group of aliens that are pirating American, or not necessarily American, probably American, I'm just going to go ahead and say American, pop culture music.
Human pop music.
So I'm looking forward to reading that one too. So yeah, we get a couple of books while we're here. And so a lot of the Comic-Cons now, they'll have an author's row. And so that's where you get to go meet all the authors and get signed books and buy books, get free books.
We're meeting next.
And so next we're going to see John Scalzi.
Yay! I have never read his books.
So he wrote Old Man's War, which is fantastic. If you haven't had a chance to read that one, that's really good. But he's also one of the main featured guys at NerdCon Stories.
I just know him because of his winning voice.
Which we love. So yeah, we see him a lot. He plays, he does, what's the game?
Which one?
No, not Superhuman. Super Fight. He does Super Fight at NerdCon Stories and stuff, and he's awesome.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him. Just like I've read his books, I don't need to get a new book from him, but I want to say hi to him because of NerdCon Stories. So we're gonna do that.
So we're playing this really cool game called A Potato Tale. It is really, really fun, and it's potato cats, so obviously it's right up my alley. And I've played through the first few bits, and I'm having a really great time. I would describe it to you, but I think the developer could probably do a better job. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss it down.
Hey, this is Red Vonix here, making a game from Drunk Robot Games called A Potato Tale by the Light of the Elder Star. It is a puzzle Metroidvania about potato cats in the Isle of Moor. Gameplay is sort of a 2D side-scroller, open-world environment where you collect characters called potatoes, as well as parsnips, permatos, pernapples, and a whole array of cat produce. You can connect them together to form bridges, to form ramps, and so forth. Plus, they each have their own unique ability. So, like one character has a sword ability that can slice through various chains and things. Another character has a tail ability that they can use to operate machinery. And as you go through the game, you're going to collect some 30-odd characters that can do all kinds of unique things. All this is wrapped around with a solid JRPG story to keep you interested for 10 to 15 hours. We'll be out in early 2018 on PC, Mac, Xbox One, and other unannounced game consoles. Back to you.
So let's start with who are you cosplaying and why did you pick them?
So I'm cosplaying Keith from Voltron, and I chose to cosplay him because I needed to shop today, and I've been cosplaying Springtrap for 2 days in a row, which was hot.
So I'm cosplaying Allura from Voltron. I don't know, I just really like her. She's really sweet, and I don't know. I don't know. It's a nice cosplay. I bought it from, I think it was Easy Cosplay, so it's not too bad.
So you said you made the jacket.
Yes.
What was the hardest part?
Probably trying to get these things to actually stick, my white stripes and sewing the little bits and trying to get it to all actually stick together. Had to do some repairs last night, all that good garbage. But, I mean, like, it's probably an easier cosplay that I have done.
So how long have you guys been cosplaying?
I've been cosplaying for 3 years now. This is my third.
So I've been cosplaying just about the same time, and I've been going to Comic-Con consecutively for just about as long. So it's just kind of been an on and off. I've been going to cons constantly, so I think my first year cosplaying, it was a really, really bad version of Yoruichi, but it kind of got better from there, so it was an experience, to say the least.
How are you guys enjoying the con so far?
I love Comic-Con. I think it's like the funnest thing ever. I love the little kids when they get excited. That's my favorite part. Seeing the really cool cosplays, even if I don't know what they are, I really like seeing people, like, well, even if they don't have a common interest, see their effort be put towards something. So that's always fun. And just, it's so overwhelming and really cool in general.
I am enjoying the con, actually. I think it's very strange that they blocked off the first bit, so that's usually my favorite areas with all the windows and the blue bear, and it has air conditioning, so it's pretty warm and it's pretty cramped, but I have to say it's probably been very enjoyable, because despite all the different rules and, I don't know, restrictions that they have today, so it's not too bad.
Thank you guys so much for taking a couple minutes to be interviewed.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely. Thank you.